You can change the world. Hey guys, it's John in the studio this morning on a rainy day outside, drinking my mug of coffee. I hope you guys are doing well. Um, I'm enjoying my time making videos again. As many of you know, I put a whole bunch of videos up so that the summer would be filled, so I could travel. I could do some things that I needed to do during the summer. And I kind of took it. Now I'm back down to I'm just a few days out on videos, so my videos will get closer to the real times again. Um, I wanted to hop on and talk about changing the world. Highly empathic people tend to want to save the world. People want to serve and be of positive effect and create a wake in the world, a wake that's positive, and behind them is this beautiful experience that's being spread. And the reality of it is you can't save the world. You can only make your part of the world so bright that the world chooses to save itself around you. Because each one of us is creating our own experience. And each one of us has the choice to be a bright spot in the world. The interesting thing is that people don't want to be told what to do. People don't want to be said, I'm supposed to do this. As soon as you say I'm supposed to, you just turned off a whole bunch of them, right? So how do you resolve that? You want to help them, you want to save them, you want to create them, but they're not listening. Well, the reason they're not listening is because they want to make their own choices and not be told what they're supposed to do. And so the real key to save the world or change the world is to empower yourself fully. Step into your own divinity of creation and create a beautiful world around you. Because then what happens is they say, hey, how come you have it so good? You create an off-road for them, or an off-ramp for them to ask a question. And when they're asking the question, that's them looking for a way to change their world. When they're asking the question, it's on their terms. They're not being told they're supposed to, or not being told they should. Many of us see what people are doing that are holding them back. We want to tell them what they're doing holding them back. But just the fact that we're coming and saying you're being held back because of this, they're going to be defensive because they're going to say they're going to think that you're saying they're doing something wrong. And it really comes down to just empower yourself, love them through their learning curve. And when it comes to that point where they finally say, well, why does this work for you? Then you have the ability to say, well, this works for me because I believe this, and I create this, and I do this. And all of us have that power to do that. And you have that power to do that. It's just a matter of making a conscious present moment choice. See, that way, they're looking for the information, they're creating the information. But the only way they ask for it is if you are empowered, if you are stepping into your power, into your growth, into your success. Now, what is success? People ask me about that all the time. Success. What is success, John? Well, for many people, it's a monetary figure. It's not a monetary figure for me. It's freedom for me. I believe success is free to be who I am fully, to do what I want fully, to love who I want fully. It's freedom. My success is to be free to live my life authentically. People say, John, why aren't you a millionaire? Because you create, because I don't have the need to have a big number in my bank. I have everything I ever want. When I want something, I declare it, it comes into my life. Abundance is not a figure. Abundance is the belief that you get what you ask for. Abundance is the understanding that the world is your personal Amazon.com. You get to create. You get to live into. I mean, you know how much it would have cost me to go to 30 countries in 32 states? Didn't cost me anything because I understood that I am creating my experience, and so that experience happened to me, right? The idea that you can save the world or change the world is one of empathy. People see the world as in a rough place, and they want to change it or save it, right? But as I said, the world is filled with people, and the experiences you're seeing are people, and the things that look bad are people being fearful. The only way they choose to not be fearful is see someone who's not. And you have the ability to be that fearless person. The Buddha literally said the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. You stepping out of your fears and anxieties, it gives people the opportunity to see what a fearless person is and what a fearless person can be. It also shows them that it's possible to be fearless, because everything else that they're talking about is fear. All their stresses, their anxieties, all negative emotions are spawned from fear. All positive emotions are spawned from love. And people, when I talk love and fear, people think it's a this or a that thing. It's not. It's a sliding scale. It's a sliding scale. If this is love and this is fear, this is neutral. This is amused and this is annoyed. It really is that it's a sliding scale. The negative side of it, fear. The positive side of it, love. You keep yourself into the loving side of it predominantly. When you find yourself in the fearful side of it, exhale, come back to the loving side. Keep yourself in the loving side. And then the people who want that same freedom you have will see you being free of fear. And when they see you being free of fear, it will empower them to literally step into a place of being able to say, oh, it's possible. Then they say, how did you do it? And you say, well, I did it by blankety blank, 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 making a conscious present moment choice, believing it was happening, and just acting upon those actions. That's how you save the world. You save the world by saving yourself. The airlines, they always say, put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. Putting your oxygen mask is the example for them to put theirs on. And when you see them putting theirs on, understand they're putting them on because they saw you do it first. So you take the time to create a loving, successful world around you. Be the example for others to emulate. Put yourself in a position where they are seeing you as something that they can be or something that they can achieve. And then encourage them when they ask how. Encourage them. And a lot of times you can get them to ask those questions by saying, what do you want your future to look like? What do you want your experience to be? And get them talking to it. And then you say, well, this is what I did. Now you're not saying you have to do anything. Now you're saying, this is what worked for me. This is why I'm so happy, right? But they'll never, ever change if you're telling them they're doing something wrong, or they feel like you're telling you they're doing something wrong. Even if it's coming from the goodness of your heart to help them, they have to feel like it's their idea. And quite honestly, once they step into that role and they start creating, that's more empowering than anything, because then they see it's them doing it. And that is the most powerful thing you can possibly do. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.